Hey riders, all right, all right, all right. Here we go, folks. Sorry, just in a couple of midst of a couple things now. Give me 1 second, riders. Colin here, Inside Cycling World. It's been a bit. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. Hair getting crazy out of control here, folks. We're doing one of the Italian routes today. I think we're looking at just under 30 kilometers, 537 meters of climbing. Looks like an interesting course. Doesn't look too rough though. I'm gonna say like first climb. The very beginning, there's going to be a bit of a climb. Climb in the middle after a long downhill. Good thing there is max gradients. I saw 6.5% maybe. The first stretch is maybe in that 4.5% range, and I imagine that last little kicker at the end is going to be probably right around 6. Just got to respond to one message here. How much time we got left, folks? How much time do we got here? We are starting in right here. 2 minutes 57 seconds. 1 second. So sorry, folks. Okay, guys. Hey, been a minute, like I said before. Colin, Inside Cycling World. You know what? I think the last video I did was way back on May 4th. May 4th. And before that, I think my last live might have been, I think I looked before, I think it said April 24th. And I think that was over on Zwift. 2 minutes to go, folks. We should have a good turnout here. We got 42 people right now. Yes, it's spring. It's summer. You know what, guys? It's barely spring here. Been raining every day, 4 or 5 days straight. I guarantee if I look at the yearly averages now, we're above precipitation. Whereas probably a month ago, we were below precipitation. But people like to think that's some kind of dreaded climate change. It's averages, people. You average it out over the year. We've been bombarded by rain. The kind of rain where like you're soaked in like 2 or 3 seconds. 1 minute, 25 seconds to go, folks. Sitting with the blue racer here. Let's see if we can take a look at the map menu for a second. Let's have a little look at the map menu. Let's go. We're in Italy. Oh yeah, farmlands. Leaving the farmlands up into the foothills. I love this, folks. Let's get back to it. Okay, we're going to do that. We'll jump back. Bear Remy's here. Alenio 79. Pan Rorisi. Niels says he's here. Squalo del Alpi. Peretti. Looking through all the names. A lot of these. Phil Sutton. Here's Chak, just from down the road from me. MNH ROUVY. Yeah, so guys, took a little bit of a break. What can I say? So last video I did with just Steven Cycles, and not just Steven Cycles, the Steven Cycles. We did the Lect. Kind of threw a little bit of stuff in there, just a little climb we wanted to do together. Less than 30 seconds to go, folks. And yeah, I guess my video production kind of stopped, slowed down, just because, to be honest, not a lot of interest, I guess. I just have to face reality that I'm not going to get a ton of views per video. If you'd like to help the channel out, if you'd like to support my endeavors, the best way to do it is to go about it through Buy Me a Coffee. We're off to the races, folks. Let's go. I do have a subscription thing set up on YouTube. You know what? I'm probably going to turn that off because there's like a handful of people that support me there. And I kind of feel bad for them supporting me when no one else does. So I think I'm just going to turn it right off. And if anyone wants to help the channel out in any ways, if you know some big sponsor, maybe you know a millionaire, maybe you know a billionaire who can just throw me some cash and I can do this every day of my life, folks. Okay, enough about that. We got some people sitting in the shirt. We got Papa Ryder here. Nelson didn't get started for some reason. Tom Builder didn't get started. Squalo del LP. Paul Poodle. Okay, here we go. So we do have, looks like we got 41 riders out there. Stivy, J. Pedro, MKVD, MV, okay, dude. M here, bro. This guy who broke down. Whatever you want to call him, right? Peretti, Desprez, David 1951, this dude. And Neil's right here, folks. So I think what we're going to do going forward, folks, for a while there, I was doing like multiple videos per day. It was insane how much time I was putting into it. I think what I'm going to do is do mostly Muckers races on Tuesdays. I'm trying to set a schedule because if I don't, then I start doing too much stuff, and I don't cover the right things. I do like covering the Zwift team time trial, so that race is on Thursday. Actually, it's all day. It starts late Wednesday night, goes into Thursday, ends late. It ends 8 o'clock my time Thursday night, but it's running for well over 24 hours. So people in South Africa are riding. The best time slot kind of conflicts with the Muckers Thursday Worldwide Championship race. So I thought what I'd do, and so it's around 10:30, 11, 11:30, 12 in that same range. And I do love a team time trial. Love it. So I thought what I'd do is do the Tuesday races for Muckers Worldwide and do the Zwift stuff on Thursdays. You probably noticed, I just see comments once in a while, people going like, yeah, all Colin's doing now is MyWhoosh. I haven't touched MyWhoosh in probably 2.5 to 3 months. I'm not doing much with MyWhoosh right now. Race events on there are so small. Guys, I've looked at all of them. Let me get to the front here. I have so much to talk about right now. If I'm umming a lot, I like to Alenio 79 at the front here. Bear Remy right there. Carol Susick, Thomas Lynn Iverson in the mix as well. Juan Luque, Spanish rider here. I'm not sure who this is. Dave 12. Velosport 34 Lattes. Niels Brenham's in the mix too. I wonder if Niels is getting like tuned up for pretty sure he's doing the Ironman this year. Him and a couple of the other dudes from the Muckers are doing the Ironman together. Pan Marisi there. Francois VDP. I like that. Duckman 2. Faccio. Let's see how big our front group is. Looks like the front group. We got a front group here. What are we talking? 8 riders. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting used to the new layout. I think I'll do a separate video, but I still don't like the stuff down at the bottom left. I do not like it. I don't like it at all. I'm pretty sure every cycling app, whether it be Zwift, MyWhoosh, ROUVY in the old days, Bike Terra, Training Peaks, it's all on the top. So to look down there now, to me, I actually found I don't even look at it really when I'm riding. I kind of feel like it's too much to look out of the way. I'm kind of looking down at my screen when I'm riding, so I don't. And that's probably what you should be doing at home too. If you have your screen mounted too high, you're gonna cause neck fatigue. You probably want to be looking straight on or slightly down, not too much down. That's how I do it. And I think that's probably the most comfortable position for your neck. Instead of having to lean your head straight up and looking up at a screen that's mounted up high, keep it a little bit lower if you can. That might help some people, but just looking to that bottom left does not work for me. I see a lot of real estate up high here at the top of the screen. I'd like to see that filled up with this data. Okay, Bear Remy at the front, 4.6 watts per kilo. So there will be some attacks here early. They'd like to dump these guys here early. Go on the move right now. Lightweight climbers, super pesky, super annoying. I get it. They want to get away now. Blast away on the downhill. Get a little bit of a gap to tackle that second hill. And then they should be gone. That's what these lightweight climbers are going to do. Lenio 79 pushing here. 4.7, 4.8 watts per kilo. Bear Remy right with them, hanging there. Between 4.2, 5.1 watts per kilo here. Carol Susick. So we got a bit of a gap. 40 meter gap up to those front two. And then we have a group. We got Carol Susick, Velosports 34 Lattes, Thomas Len Iverson, Juan Luque, Niels Brenham, and this guy, a Gur rider here, Pascu. So the Gur riders, I think they're pretty much all Spaniards. Maybe there's some that aren't, but it's a Spanish team, that's for sure. 21 meters back, we got Yumil, who's just hanging on for dear life here, digging in. Dude, it's going to level out here. It's going to level out right away. We're only in that 4% range. We're probably going to drop down to the 1.5 to 2% in this yellow stuff. I do like the new profile on the bottom of the screen. I really like it. I've seen a lot of people complain like it doesn't give me enough details. The details are all over in the bottom right. That should be plenty of details. And what I did before this even, I'm like, well, how steep is this? I just loaded the video up quickly. You can do this too. I loaded the video up quickly on my PC here, and there was 8 people riding it just randomly, and so I just clicked the bubbles on the bottom, and I'm hoping that there's someone riding in the steep part, so I can get a feel for the gradients there. So I know already there's nothing brutal on this one. Yumils finds himself riding solo now. After that, we got a 200-meter gap back here to MVDV2, riding nicely, 3.5 watts a kilo, and broke down. And he's back. So this guy's having some home internet connections issues, I believe. Look at this. And the 4 riders go past him again. I wonder if he's getting like a drafting boost from this. So he's broken down here, and he's back. So it's repositioning him in the same time. So to me, he's having communication problems with his home Wi-Fi system, which is talking to ROUVY. This stuff happens, folks. Could be any number of interferences. So realistically, this guy is out in front. This is going to be really confusing for me. And it looks like there's 4 riders chasing him. So Yumil's alone. Here's Yumil. Then we can see here on the screen, top left-hand corner, we have MVDV2, but he's been passed by 4 now. GR4 Nick, Pan Rorisi, Francois VDP, and the other one was Duckman 2. So these 4 are together. They're passing MVDV2 again. I just made up a name there. So these 4 are constantly passing, but he's constantly going back in front. They're chasing him down. He's not going to stay away here, I don't think. I'm going to bounce to the front. No, we don't need to bounce there yet. Jumping back a little bit more. Really not that far. We got another 4 riders here. See, these 4 just passed MVDV2. Wow. Got it that time. MNH ROUVY, Rich Foreman. This is a new name to me. Level 24 rider here. This guy, Alfabri, new rider to me as well. Alpha. Yeah, Alfa Romeo, bro. You know what? Yeah, yesterday in... so if you don't know, guys... Ooh, Ludwig DB's here as well. Ratim. Ooh, looks like it's a strong group coming up here. M. Toussaint. Sikril. Neil's there as well. So I live in central Alberta, Canada. Like, the West is strong and proud. Like, guys, it's the kind of place where you drive to the local town. It's called Olds, Alberta. You pull into town, there'll be like a guy parked in the middle of the parking lot with, like, you know, his big 1-ton dually, 20 head of cattle in the back in a trailer, or he's trailering horses or something like that. And so I actually went in to buy coat hangers yesterday at the dollar store. Joey Jojo, the lovely Joey Jojo, needed a ton of coat hangers. So I said, okay, I'm going in. I had to pick up groceries too. And parked right in front of me was an Alfa Romeo Stelvio. I've never seen one in the wild. We all know what the Stelvio is. The Alfa Romeo Stelvio is like an SUV. So I've never seen one, and I probably will never see one again. This is the middle of central Alberta. I'm like, who's buying these things here? So kind of cool to see it out in the wild. The Blue Racer. Yeah, new rider here. So he's in the second group of 4. Yeah, second group of 4. Then we bounce up 110 meters up the road to our next group of 4. We got Duckman, Pan Rorisi. Got a bit of a gap here. So the 4 that we're chasing busted apart. 2 were left behind, Duckman 2, and I think it's Pan Rorisi. 2 have gotten up the road and caught our character MVDB2, who keeps still moving back and forward throughout the race here. So here's GR4 Nick. I'm going to say, yeah, whatever. I don't know how you say your name. GR4 Nick and Francois VDP, and they are just catching MVDV2. See? That's our original 4. Now he's moved ahead again. Oh, we're closing in on Yumil. These guys are all going to... I can see by the end of this one, those 2 groups of 4, MVDV2, Yumil, we're going to have 10 riders back together. Some will maybe launch out the back in the middle. Let's jump to the front here. Alenio 79. Let's see what happens. So Alenio 79 and Bear Remy went on a break. They had a 40-meter gap. Carroll has reeled them right back in, folks. And it looks like it's a 3-rider race. Everyone else has fallen back. There was a group of 10 riders, 2 off the front. The other 8 were kind of like dangling behind them. And they put a huge effort in somewhere along the way. They pulled out actually a 400-meter gap at this point. Back to Dave here, Dave 12, Thomas, Juan Luque, Velo Sports, and the Guru Rider Pascu with Niels Brenham as well. So we got 8 chasers who are going to have to work together to try to reel some of this back on this downhill here. Let's see what they can do, folks. Let's take a little look back through the field, see how everyone's doing. I see a little bubble here. It's got number 5 on it. Look at the bottom of the screen there. We're going to click on that. Talking of Stelvio. Perfect timing, dude. Stelvio bound here. So I was just talking about the Alfa Romeo Stelvio. We got Chak here. Elvix, level 7 rider. Riding on some really heavy, super unaerodynamic bike at this stage of his ROUVY career. J. Pedro, Peretti, Tom Builder got moving. He was stuck at the start at the beginning. Who's this guy here? Level 80. Hey, Steph. Is it Steph? Steph Wolf. Maybe. Mike Hagan. Mike's back. Mike, how's the weather out there in Vancouver? My mom's in Victoria. Is the rain over? Like she says, it's just rained every stinking day in Victoria. We've had rain since last Wednesday. So here we are on Tuesday. Still more forecast today. Still more forecast tomorrow. I've never seen my lawn look so good. Like, it is phenomenal. I'm in charge of the lawn at Joey Jojo's office, and I don't know when I'm going to cut it. Like, you know, it's getting so wet at night and cold. Like, we're still 2 and 3 degrees overnight here. So it takes a long time for it to start drying out in the morning. I can barely even cut it. So Mike Hagan's riding solo, Wanko chasing, Paul Poodlin start shoot. Actually, I know who it is. Paul's the rider I used to see over on MyWhoosh quite a bit. Yeah. Pretty sure, yeah, he'd race on the Fridays over on MyWhoosh. So a lot of changes over there too. So over on MyWhoosh, when I first started doing races over on MyWhoosh, I was doing the OTR events with James Ogilvy. James events, not mine. I just reached out to him. I think I did a video one day, and he reached out to me actually and said, "Hey, you want to cover some of his races?" So I said, "Sure." But James has within the last couple months, anyways, left MyWhoosh. And you'll find James doing more OTR virtual events over on Biketerra now, and I think that little platform is going to start growing. It is growing. I know it is. Because I had to look at the finishers for the MyWhoosh Masters events, which was the OTR Veteran Series, guys. Let's not kid ourselves. We know it was. I think that's where the issue might have evolved from for OTR. Just that seems like MyWhoosh was just copying his events. I'll say it. No one pays me. That's how I see it anyways. Take a look at this, folks. Alenio and Bear Remy have managed to just put 200 meters into Carroll, yet all 3 of them were together. So on the downhill, they've attacked so hard, and I don't know if Carroll... Okay, sorry, folks. I should have been paying more attention to that. But look at the gap now. A kilometer. These guys back. So realistically, now we're back to a 2-horse race here. The original 2 that attacked. Bear Remy and Alenio 79. So if you go to the Inside Cycling World Discord, you'll see there is a link to Biketerra. And James is posting stuff there. If there was a way for me to do videos and spectate, I would do a couple of Biketerra races too, but I can't. I did try to join one race, but I think their servers had issues. There was 24 riders signed up for it. I was really looking forward to it as well. Just going to back it up a little bit here. I checked out the MyWhoosh races, the Masters events. I think they had 29 riders. That's it. 29. So, I just want to say that when OTR was doing it, there was Fridays where they were getting over 50 riders. You know, mid to high 40s, over 50 riders. it was actually it was starting to grow. It was getting some momentum. So it's unfortunate that happened between MyWhoosh and OTR. It is what it is. Whatever. I'm just your independent reporter here, folks. I'm not on anyone's side. I probably should update my MyWhoosh. I know there's been some changes again. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. I'm going to update it and take a look at it. I think with what... I guess my biggest issue with MyWhoosh is I don't like the bots. I don't like the bots at all. It's different playing bots in video games where I get to kill them, right? And they're good, but they're not that good. The bots in here are... They could just set any number they want and just decimate you. And that's what it seems like what happens. The worlds are beautiful. I would highly recommend, if you're going to use MyWhoosh, use it on a PC, at least a mid-level gaming PC, and you'll get the best of it. I see other people posting videos, and to be honest, it looks like garbage. If you're running it on, I don't know, an iPad or Apple TV, it doesn't look as good as a mid-level gaming PC. If you're using your phone, it's going to look terrible. It's free, so there's going to be some issues with it. I know they're having some update issues now. Maybe it's the HD stuff. People are trying to run this big program on their phone. Not going to work. I can't see it. I wouldn't try that. Okay, these two are sticking together all the way here. So we got the two riders. Ooh, Carol's back to 145 meters. Okay. Now, what's Carol going to do here? Is he going to try to stay away from these guys? Let's take a look. Here we are. Here's some of the steeper gradients coming on now. Millennial pushing here 5. Bear Remy at 5.6. See, we're only in the 6.4% range right now, 6.3. It's not overly steep here. This won't feel like much of a test for these riders. Outside that, they're probably just going to smash it really hard. It's not like it's a brutal climb or anything. So I think they might have done a warm-up race before this. I know Neil asked me, which race are you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't even looked yet. I posted on the Inside Cycling World Discord in the ROUVY section. I said, hey guys, I'll be back covering Muckers this week. I didn't even know what I meant at that point. And then I'm like, yeah, it's going to be Tuesdays. And then when Neil said, are you doing? I'm like, oh, Neil, I didn't even know. So this is the one I meant to cover, the main Tuesday race. So I've seen in the past, sometimes there's been a secondary race, but I think this week they had a warm-up race on one of the Swiss routes, I believe. Okay, so let's figure out what's going on here. We got our two together. Got Carol Susik solo, 200 meters back. Bouncing back 330 to 340 meters, we've got this group. Oh, ooh. Niels Brenham's here. Looks like this new guy that I don't know, Juan Luque, has just fallen out the back here. Just fallen out the back. Interesting stuff. The Umil group with Francois VDP, MVDV2. They're not that far back. Are they pulling themselves back? And now I know the gaps earlier weren't that big, so maybe they're just staying constant as to what they were earlier. Okay, take a look at this here. This Gur rider Pascu's pushing hard now. Yeah, see, I was actually looking at the top for the numbers there. 4.2 watts per kilo. I'm kind of trying to decide. I'm going to watch this. I think if I did this here, I think I can go detail statistics. This would probably help me a lot here. Does this help me? Not really. I already have that. So what I've done now, as you can see in the top left-hand corner, I've added the detail stats, team names. You see Thomas Lynn here is a GRC rider. Speed, watts per kilo, and distance. I don't think I really need that. I just wish I could see power like right up here, because that's where I want to look, and my camera's there too. Hi folks, I'm looking at you now. I'm actually looking at the camera right now. I just want to make sure that everything's, yep, it is recording. We're all good to go here, folks. All the hair, oh geez, look at it. Whoo! Good stuff, folks. Good stuff. Who's calling me? No one important. No one important, folks. Still on the job hunt. I wonder if I need to retire. It's getting kind of sad, folks. Colin may be retiring. I actually had one good lead. A buddy set me up with his buddy, who set me with a recruiter at an environmental company. And blather. And She said, do you still hold your PGO license? Yes, I do, because I am a professional geologist. And I said, what do you guys use that for? She goes, sign-off ability. So Alberta is super regulated. We always get our oil sands, our dirty oil up here gets such a bad rep. Go online and take a look. You know what you need to do? Go on Google Maps and search Fort McMurray. And zoom out a little bit and see if you can see it. You won't even see it. It's not even there. Now, the next person that says to me, oh yeah, you can see it from space, dude. Dude, you can see a license plate from space now. So shut up. But the interesting thing I heard was, so far, there's so much oil sands up there, and they don't even include Saskatchewan in this. Alberta has only accessed 2.6% of the tar sands that are there in place. And I think by access means kind of like explored for. They haven't even extracted all of that 2.6% yet. So remember, this is not something that they drill a little bit for, but it's very shallow. They're not drilling deep wells. The stuff is basically exposed at surface. So the river valley is cut down through these tar sand, oil sand bearing zones. And I'm probably using a lot of terminology that's pretty airy-fairy right now, but whatever. And the oil's been leaking out from the sides of the hills, down the hills, into the river system there. So a lot of us in the oil and gas industry that still appreciate the industry for everything that it's done, we call it an environmental cleanup job, which it really is, because it would have been leaking forever. But anyways, why was I talking about that? I don't even know. It's the usual call-on show here, folks. Bear Remy and Alenio 79 still at the front. Had a little bit of a reprieve there in the 4% range. Now they're... Okay, so look here. We're just barely... There we go. 7.5% right there. This might be the steepest segment here, but really, you know, man, bro, if it's under 10%, it's false flat. Alenio digging now. Alenio is putting a move in here, folks. 6.6 watts a kilo right here. Bear Remy is reacting with 5 watts a kilo. Looks like Alenio is going on a little bit of a jaunt here by himself. Solo attack, folks. Solo attack. You can see the road curving up to the right here. Take a look in the middle of the screen. There's like a bridge here, just tucked behind these trees. Yeah, there's a bridge here. We'll be traveling up to the right of the screen here. So cool to see that. So yeah, we'll be back on the ROUVY, folks. Hopefully I'd love to see more interest. I'd like to see more people watching it, commenting. Channel's not dead. Because I've had people say, dude, are you even doing it anymore? Yeah, I'm doing it. Just at my pace. At my pace. It's not like I had contracts with companies and they were saying, oh, Colin, you need to do 3 videos per week for us and we're going to pay you $400,000 per year or something crazy like that. It's nothing for... It was a lot of video production for nothing is what it was. Outside of the dedicated supporters. And man, I love those people so much. The people that, you know, hey man, great video, Colin, really appreciate it. Like, that's mostly why I keep doing it, when people like what I'm doing. But like Joey said, she goes, yeah, this video got 6 likes. I'm like, I know, what can I do? Like, she was, why? Like, Joey would get so mad. She gets so mad. I'm just like, what do you want me to say? So, yes, I should have had my robe on for this, shouldn't I? You know, a nice robe, have a nice coffee. Yes, Alenio 79 going. The gap is opening up. It's not huge, though. Bear Remy could recover on the downhill. 450 meters back to Carol Susik solo. 300 meters back to Juan Luque. Ooh, Juan Luque came back up through the field. Juan Luque was the rider earlier that was dangling off the remainder of those 7 riders. That would have included Niels Burnham right here, Thomas, Dave 12, and Pascu, 34 lattes. Okay, yeah, that was the guys. Should be, yep, that's right. So Juan Luque was dangling, and I said this new guy that I don't know is falling off the back. Obviously, he likes to climb. Dogs are barking. I'd like to go strangle all of them. They're gonna start howling soon. I hope you can hear it. If you can hear it, let me know in the comments. Oh, and you're probably wondering too, why didn't you live stream this, Colin? Yeah, whatever. Live stream, you know what? My intention with the live streams was for it to be more interactive, more people chit-chatting, commenting, to give me something to work with. But again, lack of interest. So it's just like an extra layer I gotta take care of. This way, if I just do it as a video, compress it later and upload it, just less for me to do. Actually, it's a bit more work actually, because I got to take this video, put it in a compression, make sure it looks good. Don't want to compress it too much, and then upload it. As it streams, it uploads. You know, so I don't got to worry about that part. But you know what I hated the most about live streaming? I hated getting the title page ready, making it all snazzy jazzy. Because if I didn't do it perfectly, Joey Jojo would come down on me like the sledgehammer. So I don't want to do that anymore. I want to do it this way. So this is the way we're going to do it. So as soon as this is done, I will compress and upload. It takes about 10 minutes to compress it. And then whatever the Starlink gods decide, the YouTube overlords decide. Okay? Elenio. Bear Remy still fighting here. Not losing too much ground. 100 meters, I think that's doable. See what the downhill is going to be like here. Is there much curves? Is there going to be much braking? Not a fan of the braking whatsoever, folks. You know, we were talking about teleportation at high speed in the Discord a couple days ago. That's got to be fixed. It's got to be fixed. And I know none of the platforms are perfect, because they're not. But the teleportation, I think the speed limit came off when braking started. That's like from last December, I think. So we're over 6 months of this goofiness happening with all the races. Especially like if you look at this race, if they're hammering at the end, it's a downhill. I can't even tell who's in what position. No one can. A lot of times you'll see races with the videos uploaded, and it'll show their race. They're in the lead. They think they're in the lead, but they're not. They're 2 or 3 meters behind the guy behind them. I don't know how the servers can't keep track of where these guys are. This is not hard, guys. How am I able to 360 no-scope people in Call of Duty that are halfway around the world and it registers? How does that happen? And when I say I 360 no-scoped them, they did that to me, actually. If you know, you know. It's super. Ooh, we almost hit 8% there. So yeah, I'm playing games with people all over the world, and I'm getting like 1920 millisecond ping. There'll be 150 players in the same map with lots of assets, lots of stuff going on. And people aren't like bouncing around that much. I mean, it's once in a while. If I'm in a party with someone that's having huge lag, it affects me too. I'll see it. Like if we're in a helicopter together, you know, we're going on some mission, the helicopter will do like a little stutter. That's their end, but it affects me. But this teleportation with the speed thing, I don't know how that can't be resolved. You know, maybe server location. I think that's one thing that could help. So when I play my video games, Call of Duty these days, DMZ, most brutal game mode of all time to me. Verdansk is a lot easier. That's Warzone for those who like to play video games. You select your server location. So I always select Central or Pacific North America. So it's going to match with players in that area. So that helps resolve some of the latency issues. And I suggested that in the Discord. Maybe ROUVY needs to have a North American server and a European server. Maybe that'll help resolve some of these problems. It just means you're probably not going to be racing against everyone then. And we know there's not a ton of people that are racing in ROUVY. So the fields might get smaller. I mean, I don't know how to solve it. I don't know how. Okay. Elenio at the front. See, look, he got over the top first and quickly opened up almost another 250 meters on Bear Remy. Yeah, and he's not letting off here. 4 watts a kilo downhill. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure. Yeah, it'd be so hard to pedal 4 watts a kilo downhill, I think. How are you not spun out? I would say you'd be spun out here. Okay, we're not, it's not that steep though yet. Okay, so I can see it. I can see it. Let's see what happens as it gets steeper here. So it's going to get steeper. Just seeing how how it reacts. So we're doing 60k an hour right now. I'm looking in the bottom left-hand corner. You can see the eyes looking way down. Down and to the left usually means you're lying if you watch the behavior panel like I do. What? No, I'm not lying. Yeah, I watched a show called The Behavior Panel on YouTube. It's great. They examine testimony of people or whatever people are saying, and they're like, what do you call it? They're experts in interrogations, body behavior analysis. When people like do like weird blinks, or when someone's lying and their blink rate goes from like 12 to 15 times a minute down to 1. They'll just be like this. Yeah. No, I didn't do it. No, they forget to blink. They're too busy lying. Yeah. So, and there's also this thing down and to the left. If they ask someone a question and they look down to the left, it's not a good thing. So yeah, down to the left here. So yeah, 68 kilometers an hour. Okay, this is better. 2 watts per kilo here. Okay, it makes sense to me. I was just, before when I was seeing 4 watts a kilo, I'm like, how can you push that much power going that quick downhill? Because he wasn't going that quick yet. Okay, so Bear Remy, 500 meter gap. Back to Carol Susick, still solo. Carol's over the top now, just in this little flat segment here. Just starting to hit the downhill. Juan Luque, the surprise, dark horse Juan Luque here. He came out of nowhere. He's only a level 34 rider. He doesn't even have an avatar. Doesn't even have an avatar yet. He's sticking with the solo, I Am Legend, Unknown, the Unknown Warrior avatar. I love it. Yeah, so this guy likes to climb apparently. Niels Burnham, nice pack here. Niels Burnham, Thomas Lynn, Pascu, Dave 12. 125 meters back, we got Velosports, 34 Lattes. So that was our original group of 9 right there. And I think Umil was in it as well. Umil's fallen back. Umil fell further back way earlier. Okay, yep, just looking at the stuff there. MB, let's see if he's still doing the funky chicken. We know what the funky chicken. So Francois comes by. MBDB2. Yep, funky chicken. He is doing the funky chicken. You saw it live on screen, folks. So he's now hunting down Velosports, but just doing this over and over. Man, I don't know what he sees on his screen, but I would find that to be so annoying. Yeah, is he seeing that? ROUVY Pros comment. Is he seeing that happen, or is he just riding normally? Then he's disconnecting, he's reconnecting, and ROUVY's repositioning him. Tells me that he's got the video downloaded probably for this to work, because that's how it used to be. Like, it's saying he's got no power output right now. Everyone's going to pass him. One of these times he's not going to reconnect. Then he's going to be ticked off. Umil is with Pan Rorisi here. 90 meters back to GR4 Nick and Duckman 2. Ludwig DB's coming up. Ratim, Czech rider here. Gonna start seeing the Muckers jerseys here. MNH ROUVY. Let's see. Okay, they're just around the bend there. Yeah, so they would be just around the bend against that concrete barrier here on the side. I guess that's a protective barrier for cars. I can see the chain netting up high. The stop stuff falling down. There was a really cool picture this week. Actually, it popped up on Facebook. I think it was between Banff and Jasper, out where I live, and there was a rock in the middle of the road that was bigger than your car. So it just decided to fall off the side of a mountain. And those little rinky-dink chain barriers, they ain't gonna do nothing, because that thing probably weighed, I guess, a rock bigger than your car. Thinking about the density of, like, say, limestone, it's probably like a 20,000 pound rock. Let's just say that. It was like a big, squared off rectangular piece. So there's no empty spaces. Yeah, huge. And people are driving through there and it just comes bombing down the mountain. Alfabry here. Rich Foreman. M. Toussaint. Sicril. OG, yeah, lots of riders spread out here. Where's Neil? I'm looking for him. I thought he was with this group. Here he is, right here. Neil doing a little bit of a solo ride right now. He's just behind Slabby Legs. Oh yes, this guy. Slabby Legs, I like it. David 1951. Let's see what we got at the back here. Let's cheer these riders on. Okay, Squallowed LP didn't get started. Wanko. Come on, Wanko. I like your name, dude. Oh, Paul Poodle did get started. So yeah, that's how we got talking about MyWhoosh, OTR, all that stuff. I used to see Paul Poodle over on MyWhoosh quite a bit. I haven't been around for a while. I probably should. Maybe I'll pop in and do a video. I have a very good friend over there, Johan Moreno. And he sent me info. You know, hey, we're trying to get stuff going again. The Friday racing, because it was established with OTR events. Something went down. Let me get to the front here, folks. See if it's coming back. Nope, still holding it. 4.6 watts per kilo here. Let's see this. Look close to 5 watts a kilo, 350 watts, so just under, looks like 70 kilogram rider. You do the math. Bear Remy looks like he's more of a 60 kilogram rider. I've seen Bear Remy in some really good sprints too. Really good sprints. So if he can get back on par here with Alenio. All we got left is one last bump, and really it's not even a hill. You know, call it false flat. False flat all the way. We're currently 37 minutes into this one, folks. So yeah, I was working on some projects this morning, trying to figure out how to put this new keypad door lock on the back door. That's been keeping me busy. What else has been keeping me busy around here? Like I said, got one good job lead. If that doesn't work out, I don't know. Maybe I got to write a book. Yeah. I don't want, if anyone out there likes to say that there's no such thing as age discrimination, he's a liar. Because when it happens to you, you're going to be like, huh? Because it happens all the time. They think when you're like 50 something that you're decrepit and you're in a freaking wheelchair. Yet the person that's hiring you probably, smokes, drinks a 6-pack every night, and maybe snorts some coke or something once in a while. Like, I don't freaking know. But to them, you're half dead. As we're all out here killing ourselves, working hard, right? You know what I'm saying? For all my 90s rap fans. Okay, so Alenio 79 looks like it's got this one in the bag. I don't think he's going to be caught on this last little bit of a quick little bump uphill here. Bear Remy, second place. Carroll, solo, third place. And remember, folks, these Tuesday races for Muckers worldwide, these are more of the social races, but they're still competitive. Still competitive. You're going to find people on... Okay, how should I say it? Tuesdays can be extremely competitive, but you're also going to find some of the competitive people maybe being a bit more chill. Because this doesn't count for points. It's just an event to keep you active and keep your legs race ready. So Juan Luque, really nice move by this guy. Don't know a lot about him, how long he's been around, what his cycling background is. Hopefully he's on a good trainer. We know there's people that ride goofball trainers on ROUVY. Happens all the time, folks. Some of the numbers are Sofaki, as I like to call it, the Sofaki Award. But we'll just take this for what it is right now. This guy could be a really good climber. The numbers are on par with some of the other riders at the front. So I go with it. But, some of the goofball machines. Yeah, okay. Or speed sensor warriors. Yep, right on, bro. Right on. Whew. You see them all out there, folks. You'll see them all. You're riding your bike, and let's say you're on ROUVY on a flat course, and you're riding 3 watts per kilo, and a guy's passing you at 2.5, and he started 10 minutes behind you. It's because he's got his reality turned down. Sorry, maybe you're on a climb. Or he's on a fake machine, or he's lowered his weight, or who knows? Who knows, folks? Actually, on a climb, it took me a long time to get this figured out. On a climb, if you're a 100 kilogram rider or a 60 kilogram rider, if you're putting out the same watts per kilo, you will ride together. It's just going to be so much harder for the heavier rider to put out that kind of power. Like, you know, for a 100 kilogram rider, 5 watts a kilo is going to be 500 watts. For the little rider, it's going to be 300. You should ride side by side. On the flats, it's a totally different world. That big rider is going to just start pulling away. They're generating so much more power on the flats with roughly the same frontal area that they're faster. As it is. That's something I was wondering about too. I was going to ask in the Discord, how much thought, and this is for the ROUVY analyzer for Rama, what's put into the, I guess, the physics, the math of the ROUVY analyzer for like the positioning of the time trial rider? Is that put in there as well, or is it just the time trial bike? I'm just kind of curious about it, because I know I ride a Cervelo with really nice NV carbon wheels. Like, they're really nice. I ride Di2, Ultegra, shifts fast, whatever. The first time I took my time trial bike out, let's pop back here to Thomas for a second here, check this group out. The first time I took my time trial bike out, and it's a look, it's dated. I had junky wheels on. I had like aluminum box wheels on it. I forget what they are. Like, I know their numbers go like 1, 3, and 5. I can't even remember the brand now. And 0 was their super fast one. I had the slowest ones. And I barely got into the aero bars. I rode in the bullhorns, like the low bars. I call them the bullhorns. I think most people do. I rode them most of the way. And on my standard 30 kilometer route, so like 19.5 miles, I was 2 minutes faster immediately. And that was just based on my positioning on the bike. And I never even got into the good positioning. So does the analyzer take that into account? And if so, how do we figure out what that number is? We wouldn't even know how to do it. Just curious. Okay, so Alenio 79 here at the front, folks. Bombing downhill now. Big gap over Bear Remy now. Can just basically coast downhill now. I'd say taking the views, but it looks like it's kind of an overcast day. This looks like it was filmed early in the spring. So a lot of the trees haven't even leafed out yet. You know, I have a long driveway here. I have these trees. There's probably, I don't know, 15 to 20 of them along my driveway. Not a bud on them yet. They always leaf late, and they're the last tree around here with leaves on it. So, yeah, they line the driveway. You know, it's quite, it's quite posh. You know, my gated security at the front. It's nothing like that. It's just a gravel road. So yeah, Alenio 79 at the front here. Bombing downhill, 72k an hour here. Might be going faster. I don't get to see that for some reason. So I'm pretty sure I only see 72k an hour. They might be seeing faster. So he's coming to the finish right now. Okay, so here's the finish line. I'm going to pop out right now. Pop out. Boop. In the tunnel here. So that's something I've always got to remember when I do these, that I can't really see what their finishing speeds are. Technically, on some of these downhill finishes, I might be seeing 72, think they're all doing the same speed. One might be doing 80, one might be doing 76. So that's where things start getting all messed up at the finishes. And it happens quite a bit. This is not just a one-off. It happens all the time on these types of races now. Downhill finishes where speeds are high. It's kind of anyone's race. So, you know, and I see people kind of take it as positive as they can. They're like, all I know is that I got to keep trying hard because they could be actually ahead of me. But that's, okay, yeah, good attitude to have, but ROUVY needs to fix that. They need to fix it. Like I said, if I'm sniping people that are halfway around the world and I'm accounting for bullet drop and leading them across a map, I'm sure ROUVY can figure out where your bike is on a course. I don't get it. I don't get it. You guys tell me, anyone else who plays video games, how do they know where cars are on screen in car races when I'm playing online? I don't even play those. But car racing, you know, Max Verstappen, he's a huge sim racer. Huge sim racer. I don't follow Formula 1 anymore, don't care about it anymore, but I know he's a huge sim racer, and he'll just pop in and race people all around the world. All the time he does it. I think that's really cool. How do they know where they are? Now, I'm not saying it's perfect, because I know it'll screw up once in a while, but every time you have a bunch of riders like this going downhill here, in this case it doesn't matter because he's going to finish solo. So here's Bear Remy, Kirill Susik coming out of the tunnel here. We're going to have a jump further back here. Here's Juan Luque. Okay, check this out. We got the Pascu from the GUR team, Thomas Lynn for GRC, Niels Brenham, not in his Muckers jersey today. I think he's in something different. Maybe I should change this a little bit. Settings, camera distance. Let's do a near. There we go, folks. Oh, he's in his Pirelli jersey. That's why. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I usually have far so I can... Basically, when I'm watching races, I can see as many people as once. When it's near like this, I can't see anyone else that's nearby. If there's more riders behind us here. So I like to sit a little bit further back. In fact, I'm going to do that. I don't like this view. We're going to go middle. There we go. That's better. So Kirill's going to finish in third. Juan Luque, fourth place. And then we're going to have a sprint battle for 5, 6, and 7. Thomas Lynn, Niels Brenham, Pascu from the GUR team. 180 meters back, Dave 12 here. Velo Sports 34 Lattes is in 9th. Here's our friend, still doing funky chicken. Over and over and over and over. So what, yeah, see, he's back. He's chasing him. This is a rider I don't know very well either. It's only level 33, so it's been on ROUVY for one winter, is my guess. Okay, so let's see what happens with these riders here. You'll see it from my angle. For whatever that means. Because I know I've covered it before. I've seen races before, and I've called the winner, and it wasn't the winner. It's absolutely frustrating. Ooh, Thomas Lynn puts in a dig here now, folks. Trying to get a little bit of a launch right over the top, it looks like. But here comes the GUR rider and Niels Brenham as well. They're all marking each other here. Interesting stuff. Looks like we got some 4-spoke action. And yeah, the other guys, I'm not sure what they're riding here at the moment. If I had a side-on view, it would be better. GUR rider here at the front for now. I think everyone wants to be kind of like, you know, if you look at the bottom right now, you can see where Juan Luque is up ahead. This dot right here. This is where you kind of want to be in the lead at this point to try to get away. Because it's going to be a top end speed sprint. So if you're not the world's best sprinter, you may have some struggles. Ooh, look at this. Niels Brenham just absolutely goes for it there, folks. Smashes 13 watts a kilo. Basically, where I said that's where you want to start your sprint to get away. Once you got that gap, you can see here quickly. Niels quickly has a 40-meter gap. They're not going to bring him back now. Just that quick little decision. I was looking at the green dot where Juan Luque was on the bottom. Thomas Lynn's going after him here. See what's going to happen here. But he's got the gap. Now he's got some gravity on his side. Niels Brenham up here launched his attack perfectly. Perfect attack. 13 watts a kilo acceleration. For a few seconds, 10, 11 watts per kilo. Gave him just enough of a jump with the hill at the same time. Impossible to be caught. Awesome move. So this will be Niels Brenham coming 5th. And he could probably almost coast to the finish now. The finish line is just ahead before we go into that next tunnel. And he's got a 120 meter gap over Thomas Lynn Iverson. A further 120 meters back from Thomas to the GUR rider. Nice job, Niels. Good stuff. Good stuff there. We'll bounce back to Thomas Lynn here. And here is Pascu from the GUR team. Now, I want to bounce back again. So here's Dave 12. We'll be finishing in 8th place. Solo. Then we got Velo Sports 34. I'm trying to watch. There's a group of 5 coming up the hill right now. So if I click on this rider right here, this is where you want to be at top speed. This is where you want to drop 13 watts a kilo to accelerate away from your comrades, your frenemies that were with you all day, and now you decided you don't want to ride with them anymore. Dave 12, 8th place. Velo Sports 34 Lattes. I think 9th, but we got Funky Chicken here too. Oh, so weird. Yeah, see there he stopped again. Now he's back. Who knows what's going on here, folks? Who knows? Riding side by side. Yeah, like I'm looking at the power bars. It shows MVDV2 putting out virtually no power when he is moving besides Velosports there. Francois, VDP, they'll be finished by the time I jump back. What I want to get back to is right here, this group. This group. Okay, looks like there's only 2 of them right now. Yeah. So coming up just out of the tunnel, there is the attack point. Emil, Ludwig DB. We'll try to watch the next group as well. I really like watching these attacks, like seeing what people are learning, see how race savvy they are. Where do you launch your attack and go for it? So I just want to see the screen here a little bit. I can't see anything coming out of the tunnel either. You know, you get your light, your eyes are trying to adjust. Okay, we're still good for a little bit. But right around this corner here is where you want to be gone. So anyone, this is where you need to attack right now. Unless you think you can out-sprint them, you want to be attacking now, before the bend. Like, launch into this bend, and you've got it. Okay, Ludwig, is he going to light it up here? Okay, they're marking each other really well here. Ludwig going now, little 9 watts per kilo, and Emil is reacting with 10 watts a kilo here, but there's already a 20-meter gap, almost 20 meters, just with that slightest hesitation from Emil. Like, look at the power Emil's putting out here. Big power. Ooh, might pull back. Ludwig's really let off. He's hoping that he can get away. Here comes Emil, though. He's back in the draft now. Now he's resting up. Resting up, resting up. So Emil almost let the rubber band break, pulled it back. If I was Emil, I'd be carrying my momentum through here. Or does he really care? I mean, we're talking, they're riding at like 1.5 watts per kilo each right now. Let's just watch closely, folks. When will it break? I think they're just cruising to the finish. Yep, I think they're just cruising to the finish now. Ludwig's making sure. Emil's like, yeah, I don't care. I'm good. Oh, he is coming back. So that's the way it's going to finish there. Ludwig DB and Emil. Pan Rarisi coming in next, solo. Okay, right here. This is what I want to look at. It says there's, I don't know why it says there's 9 riders there. There's not. Okay, so we got that rider there. I guess it all depends how close they are together. So we got GR4 Nick up the road here, being chased by MNH ROUVY. Duckman 2 coming to the finish, bouncing back out. Okay, MNH ROUVY, is he going to catch GR4 Nick? You have to put in a big dig right now, dude. Big dig right now. Let's see what you got. What do we got? These 2 riders look pretty evenly matched to me. Like, just the numbers I'm watching them. It's almost like GR4 Nick's watching that leaderboard and doing the same thing, isn't he? Yeah, we all do that, don't we? Yeah, he's just making sure he's not going to catch him. Again, I'd like to see this leaderboard move down and data moved up. Even if you put the data back in the top left-hand corner where it used to be. I don't really need to know where everyone is on my screen. So, what did I ride yesterday? My road Zwift yesterday. So I'm doing kind of like Haven't been super consistent, but let's say if I am consistent, I'm doing like 3 days of Zwift, 3 days of ROUVY. Just depends. So I did 2 of the Swiss races this morning. Rides. I'm not even looking at my data. Like, it's in the wrong spot for me. And I'm not going to lift my TV up to put it at the right level to hurt my neck. Ooh. Look at him coming back here, folks. Now GR4 Nick's going to have to get on the gas a little bit. Make sure he doesn't catch him. Good stuff. Alafabri's coming in next in 19th place, being pursued by OG. 20th place, ROUVY Brian. 21st place, Rich Foreman, saw him earlier. 22nd place, being chased by Sakril. The Blue Racer, chasing after Sakril here. M. Toussaint will be in 25th place. Okay, let's have a look here. DC Peary's 72 is 300 meters ahead of these two. Okay, I want to watch these two riders here. Probably these two. Phil Sutton and Stevie 001. Okay, both 2.7, 3 watts per kilo, 3.5, 3 watts per kilo. Ooh, yeah. Level 33, level 38. Let's see what happens when they come onto this tunnel here. Stevie. I'm not sure why we can't see the other rider right now. Like, the other rider is right here. Right here. Where is he? See that? Stevie's behind. Is it Stevie? Yeah, it is Stevie. Oh. Sorry. I screwed that up, didn't I? Here we go. That's better. Okay, that was my fault, folks. I was wondering why I couldn't see him. Phil Sutton here. Stevie's up front. DC Puries is further up the road. 400 meters up the road. Phil, you got to get up there, bro. Get up there, bro. Let's go. Okay, so I'm going to look at my next group. I got Chak and Fachu and maybe Mike Hagan. Might get a 3-up sprint coming up, folks. Who's going to launch? Best part of the race for me was that Niels Brenham attack. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I mean, it's like I almost talked to him this morning and said, hey, dude, make sure you attack at that point right there when you're going down the hill, because that's where you need to be. I love when that kind of stuff happens, when the race unfolds just magically the way I'm talking about it, or I mention someone's name and then boom, it's them. So that was really cool to see. That's the highlight of today for me, folks. Okay, so looks like these two guys are going to ride solo to the finish. So we got DC up ahead. 26th, 27th will be Stevie. 28th will be Phil Sutton. We got Chak here with Mike Hagan and Fachu. Ooh, 3 riders coming up, folks. 3 riders coming up. Let's see what's going to happen. Now, again, take a look at the profile on the bottom right of the screen. Not the detailed version. Well, we could look at the detailed version too, but if you look at the green stuff here, there's an inflection point on the green where it kind of goes from flat to downhill. You want to smash into that start of that downhill. Actually, probably before it. Get your speed up and then let it carry you over the top. Let's see who's going to light up some numbers here, folks. Light it up, boys. Okay, yeah, hockey talk too, folks. Carolina Hurricanes. One of my supporters. He's a big Carolina fan. Cycling Slapshot. Dude, they look great. Taking on the Panthers. I need Carolina to get rid of the Panthers for me. And the Toronto game, that was a terrible game. Like, just a terrible. Toronto never got it going. Florida just kind of like outplayed them the whole night. Everything went their way. Toronto really good though. Just they had a terrible game at the worst time. They're obviously a good team if they take Florida to 7 games, right? Edmonton's just been sitting waiting for Dallas. So I think that starts, I'm going to say tomorrow, but maybe it's tonight. Got the Sportsnet, so we're going to be watching all these games. Joey Jojo even said, wouldn't it be cool to go see a game in Edmonton? Yes, it would. So maybe we'll go do that. Here they go, folks. So like right about now, you need to start thinking, I got to get going right now. Let's see if anyone lights up any big numbers. Will anyone pull off a Niels Brenham 13 watts per kilo here? Like right about now. Looks like they're all just going to eyeball each other a little bit, folks. A little bit more tactical racing, not like the long bomb. Niels pulled off the long bomb. He's like, this is it. Just like the quarterback goes back, runs back, and just launches a long bomb. And it worked. Big dig for the win. Yeah, these three are just kind of watching each other. Yeah, probably just glad they're through it. They might have raced the previous race too, so everyone might be a little bit tired here. Let's see when some numbers light up. I mean, this is pretty, 1 to 2 watt per kilo stuff in this range here. I'm seeing under 1 watt per kilo a lot. Looks like Fat Shoe might be getting ready to do something here. Fachiu. Maybe that's what it is. Make sure I didn't turn my mic off there. Okay. Come on, boys. Big numbers. Let's go. We're just 500 meters to go. Everyone's waiting. Hold the line. Hold the line. Right? Hold the line, folks. So we got 3 riders coming here for 29th, 30th, and 31st, I believe. And boom. 11 watts per kilo. Mike Hagan goes. Should just pass Fachiu. Nice. I think next will be Neil coming in here. Yeah, so Mike Hagan did light it up there with 11 watts per kilo and just passed Fachiu and held off the other rider. Already forgot his name. That's how bad my memory is these days, folks. Neil's he's like thinking about his pint he's going to have here in a little bit. It's 8 o'clock at night in the UK. It's 7 after 1 here for me. So what we'll probably do... these riders are pretty close. We'll see what we do here. Basically, I like to stick around to the end. Sometimes if it's going to take forever, I will leave. But especially when I just do this as a video, I want to get them compressed and uploaded. Because it won't be there available for anyone right now to watch. So we might just watch Neil finish here. Then we're going to have David 1951 coming in. Wout Ertz here will be finishing in 34th. 35th will be Tom Builder. And you can see the gaps too. No one's really on each other here. Tom Builder's got a 500 meter gap over Slabby Legs. Slabby's feeling slabby right now. Just getting ready to coast downhill. J. Pedro. Wow. Dude, I haven't seen your name yet. J. Pedro here, 600 meters back to Slabby Legs. Has about 100 meters on Stelvio bound. Once they're through the tunnel, it's basically game over, folks. And then we've got M. Cosman here, Canadian rider. Just noticed that. Only a level 5. Low-level rider here, folks. Low-level rider alert. Dude, where are you from? Where's M. Cosman from? We'll be finishing in 39th. 40th will be Elvex here, Spanish rider. Then we've got Emmanuel Scozia from Italy. Looks like he's riding in the Villiers. I love that bike. I should have kept mine. I had one. Older one, but it was really cool. It was really cool. It had all the cool, whatever. It was some kind of thing they did with full speed ahead. All the components at full speed, branding, and it looks super cool, but I had too many bikes. Then we got Paul Poodle, 42nd place. Peretti will be getting 43rd. Just starting the last bit of a climb now. We got Steph Ilf. A little further back. Only has 6 kilometers to go. So he's got some flat downhill stuff coming up and then that little bit of a climb. So let's just bounce back to the front. Ooh, that's everyone who's finished. Someone just finished there. Who would that have been? Okay, Slabby Legs is coming in now. Slabby Legs coming in. J. Pedro, Stelvio bound. Okay, folks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it there. That's what we're going to call it for today. I'll see you guys all next Tuesday. I'm going to try to stick to my schedule. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do any other races. I might, depending how my week works out. Could be back for the Thursday race as well. You never know. So anyways, folks, let me stop recording and I'll get this uploaded. See you later, folks. Thanks for supporting Inside Cycling World.